Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Sheldon, and this is Behind the Enthusiast. Today, we are in the 03 WRX roller, the Sacrificial Lamb. Gonna be taking apart a few final pieces on the inside of the car. I do have a headliner that needs to come out. However, I don't know. Maybe I'll start taking that stuff off. I do kind of remember how it is to be disassembled. I did unfortunately screw up a piece. I don't know if you guys can see it over there. Right there, there's a little, there's a wire that goes in there. I think it might have been to one of the dome lights, and I kind of ripped it out, unfortunately. I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing. So I'm going to be very careful moving forward with the headliner. However, everything else is pretty straightforward. And so we're almost done stripping the car, and the doors, I think I'm probably just going to leave the doors on for the time being until I'm actually ready to swap them over to the car that's being restored. However, I do have to take a closer look. I have to do a proper full inspection of my O2 bug eye and basically look at what components are completely rusted out, what's going to need to be replaced or swapped out, whatever. So I'm probably going to do that in the next video because that absolutely has to get done. But today, let's keep working on stripping this car. So as you guys can see, just a few more pieces, supports here that need to come out. That is most of the wiring there. That is stuck there, so I have to probably move the car or just open the door enough to put a screwdriver in over there to get that out. I also have the antenna, which I want to get disassembled as well. Now, here's an interesting thing for you guys who are rebuilding cars or thinking about doing that sort of thing. That looks okay. That, I don't know what the hell happened there. I don't know why you would have a hole in that portion of the car. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. I'm not entirely sure why that is. Perhaps there was a hole or it's flawed. I have no idea. But that right there, that spot right there, that hole just looks super, super weird to me. The rest of this rust, I mean, a lot of it, I mean, this is the driver's side. This is to be expected. If the person was daily driving the car, you know, I did peel up a little bit of this to actually show you guys what I was talking about. But this side, this is the passenger side, not a single flaw with it whatsoever. And the driver's side, because you are, well, I'm assuming, buying a Subaru to drive it all throughout the winter, that is why there is so much rust and corrosion, and it's actually a little bit flaky right there, a little bit flaky, but that is it. This is just simply because of all the salt and everything else on your boots or your shoes coming into the car, and then it's soaking through the mats. This is why I highly recommend that you guys use rubber mats in the winter to catch all of that crap, quite literally, so that at the end of the winter, you can just collect all that stuff in that rubber mat and take the whole rubber mat out and wash it. That is the best thing to do. So this kind of shows you guys, it indicates how the car was used and maintained. And for any of you guys who are going to be restoring a car, well, this is a great example of some things to look for, especially if you're looking for a donor car to use to restore another one. These are some of the problem areas, and if you guys want to see some more problem areas, well, just watch the previous video where I show you guys the rear end. And the front end, well, yeah, that's also a problem as well. Alright, so top and bottom completely disconnected for the metal. And just be careful of that clip at the top. This technically does come off. Right here, you can pop that off. But this tab, pull that off. 2 bolts at the bottom, those have fallen down here. And the 2 big ones at the top. Doing this for both sides. This plastic piece or whatever was missing from that side. I don't even think I got it. Either that or I already threw it out. But just a few more pieces, and I'm also going to see if I can get the seatbelt assemblies off as well. And yeah, I might take some of the headliner pieces off as well. Most of them have already been removed anyway, the lower sections of it. Alright, so just a little update. It looks like the fuel pump has been scavenged from the gas tank. Everything else has pretty much been removed. However, I am struggling here a little bit because if you guys are removing the rear seatbelt assembly in the middle, by the way, there is a bolt way in the back there. Yeah. You have to lift this whole section up, which is basically held in with clips only, and take that out. So you have to get a wrench to fit in there to take this off. And then there's also some wires. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. Some wires. There's some plugs up here. That's one of them. You have to make sure that you get all of those ones as well. All right, guys, so I kind of wasted some time trying to figure this out, but basically, underneath, you see that little weird 2 shapes there, large opening, and then a cutout there. There were nuts there, and I loosened those ones, and it actually allows you to slide this light out. So that is a tip for you guys to keep in mind. So as you can see there, that is the nut at the bottom. So you loosen that, that comes off, that completely releases this entire section. So all that monkeying around that I did underneath here to get this assembly out was totally not needed. Oh, look at that. I don't know if this is classified as completely gutted, but it's pretty darn close. Now, I don't know if you can hear all that, but that's glass. I'm pretty sure this rear window was damaged because there is glass literally everywhere. This is the box. All the parts in there. Everything else is just gone. I would say this is pretty much gutted, other than the headliner, of course. But yeah, this is pretty much stripped completely, bare bones. There's not really a whole lot left for me to do in here. So I'm not going to get to the front bumper today, but that is just because this has taken so much effort. I'm quite sore. Working on the inside of a car, you are very cramped. I got tons and tons of cramps. My knee is bugging me right now. So keep that in mind, guys. As you get older, working on cars like this it's going to take a toll on your body. You're going to have to take breaks and pace yourself. But definitely lots of fun. even though I'm going to complain later about my body. Lots of fun. And look at this. Look at all this progress. This is great. This is actually a relatively clean car. So I don't know if I'm actually going to chop it up or not, but I'm definitely going to be using anything off of it that is solid and clean. This thing's a solid car. For obviously, you know, that section that's not solid, but everything else is really solid. And to be completely honest, those towers are not even that bad. That one can probably be repaired, and this car could honestly very well be turned into a rally car. So I'm gonna see what the WRX needs. I might even look in the next video just to kind of gauge what I actually need from this car again, because I do know that there's certain things that I need and other things that I might need. So maybe I should get some clarification on where we should go next. Ow. Oh man, I was not joking, guys. It is, oh man, it is brutal working inside a car like that. In the beginning, it's not so bad. However, as time goes on, you're like, my right knee right now is on fire. I have a bad knee as well, so that doesn't help. But you will be cursing and complaining probably by the end of this, you know, if you are doing the same thing that I am. And also, I might also include a PSA at the beginning of this video. But if I don't, this is PSA number 2. Wear gloves. Okay, I sliced open my finger pretty well. And because there's a lot of rust on the car, you don't want to be cutting yourself on rusted metal, because I think there's a thing called tetanus. Yeah, you guys don't want to run into that problem. So I basically ran in and cleaned it all up and everything and took care of it immediately. And then I started wearing gloves because I forgot my gloves. So if I don't put it at the beginning of the video, at least it's here right now. Always, always, always wear something on your hands when you're working on rusted cars. Stuff that's brand new, not that big of a deal, right? There might be some sharp edges, but at least you won't, you know, get an infection, or at least you hopefully won't get an infection. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind, guys, whether you're wearing the latex ones or these ones, which are very, very nice, rubberized. They got like a fuzzy liner on the inside, so they're kind of warm as well. So if you guys want to wear them in the winter, these ones are Protector. They're from Home Hardware, just in case you guys want to pick up a pair for yourself. I found that these are amazing. So I wish I had had them on since the beginning, but I'll have to keep an eye on it. Hopefully my finger is all right. I put some polysporin on it as well. So anyway, I'm done for the day. I'm exhausted. I've done a decent amount today. You know, I'm just struggling and fighting and trying to figure out how to disassemble this car properly and in the correct order. And well, I didn't. So hopefully you guys can learn a little bit from my mistakes. And if you guys have any questions at all, again, this car is completely stripped down. It's gonna get picked. Like the bones are gonna get picked of everything. So if you guys have any questions about something, or if you want to see a specific section of the car, how it looks, if you guys are working on your own and you guys say, hey, I really need to see this part of the car, your car is already stripped down, where does this go? Or what does this look like? Or is this section really hollow? Or is there a weld seam there? Whatever the case may be, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Smash that like button so I know that it's working. And of course, be sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss out on future content on the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.